I've been wanting to complete this collection for such a long time, but if you watched my Every Clone Trooper I'm Still Missing video, you saw that I was missing the Kashyyyk comic pack that had the Apo repaint of the Kashyyyk Clone Commander. After I made that video, I had a fan graciously message me and very graciously sell me for a very nice price that exact commander. So welcome everybody to every 3 3/4 inch antenna mold clone trooper ever released by Hasbro. This has been a long time in the making, but I'm very happy to make this video. So you may be wondering, what do you mean by antenna mold? Well, clearly you can see a lot of antenna on these guys, and that's because originating from this very first iteration of the mold, the Revenge of the Sith clone trooper, you can see he has an antenna on his back. And you can remove it, and it's an antenna. There you go. As you will notice, not every single figure of this mold came with an antenna. So you may be seeing like the 501st and the ARC 170 trooper back there, and you're wondering, why don't they have an antenna? They didn't come with one. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, really nice mold. The articulation is fantastic on this guy. For 2005, man. I mean, it's pretty standard Star Wars articulation now, if not slightly less for what we expect with, you know, ball-hinged hips and ball-hinged wrists. But still, for 2005, before some of you were even born, this figure is amazing. And, I mean, look at that helmet. To me, this is still the definitive Phase 2 clone figure. And I'm happy it's the one that pretty much got repainted the most. This guy got a lot of different variations, and we're here to talk about them. Now, there are so many here, I don't feel like it would make any sense to go through any particular release order or anything, but I'm going to try my best to let you know what line they came from. This was from the Order 66 line, and it is a Kashyyyk clone trooper that came packed with Yoda. Oh my god, please stay focused on the thing that is in focus, please. Thank you very much. Pretty much the same figure, besides it has a really cool deco. It's a deco that Hasbro themselves came up with. It's not something that was in the movies or anything, but it's still a super cool design. I really do like it. I would give it a 2 out of 10. Man, it's been a while since I've done that. Next up, we have my absolute favorite 501st 3 3/4 inch figure, and that is the Antenna Mold 501st. This was released in various Saga Legends lines, and I love that it was, because it is amazing. It has all the accurate striping. It's all there. It does not have an antenna. It did not include one, but still, a really nice looking clone. It's kind of funny. I feel like he's kind of naked without the antenna. Oh, what are you doing? He feels kind of naked without the antenna, but I still think that, you know, he looks really nice, and I do like him. I feel like some of these clones, you really need the antenna with them, but this one, I think he's fine without it. Yes, I know he's yellowing a little bit. I already treated him in hydrogen peroxide, and after a while, he got worse. I'm sorry, this is just what happens. I don't even know if it's worth treating him again because, I mean, is it just ruined now? I feel like I'm just trying to become, you know, content with the fact that a lot of my favorite clone trooper figures are now just going to be piss yellow. But yeah, here is the ARC 170 clone trooper released with the ARC 170 Assault Squad battle pack. You've got 2 of this guy in the battle pack, as well as 2 clone pilots and an astromech droid. What can I say, man? Deco's pretty simple on this guy. He only has some deco on the legs, the shoulders, and the jag eyes, or jag eyes. I don't remember how you say it on the head right there. Looks cool, man. I really do like this deco. Really unique trooper. I think this is another one that's either just based off a concept art or just a Hasbro design. People keep asking me, why don't you make a Mace Windu video of his attack battalion? That's because my figures are horribly yellowed, and I don't know why it happened. I treated them in hydrogen peroxide, and they got like 2-3 times worse than they were before, and I am actually embarrassed by it. I'm tempted to just buy a whole new battle pack, because I don't know what to do. These are some of my absolute favorites, and it's just such a shame how these figures horribly yellow after a while. But that metallic purple, man, it's so nice on that chin there, and his purple just looks so good. I've had this thing since it came out, so it has been played with. It has been, you know, out there. I guess that's why it's yellow, but still, hydrogen peroxide, after a while, it makes it worse. I'm still looking for other alternatives to see if I can try to fix this. If you have any other suggestions than just more hydrogen peroxide, please let me know. Because I want to try to figure out a way to get them nice and white again, permanently. But yeah, talking about him again, I'm not going to acknowledge any more yellow figures. But yeah, it's cool. It has the Neo the Commander Neo strap and shoulder harness, which is removable if you don't like it. And his deco is basically just a carbon copy of the Shock Trooper, but it's purple. It's really cool, and I love it. I see why it's really popular. I wish mine weren't yellow. While we're on the topic, we might as well talk about the Shock Trooper then. This guy was released a few different ways, of course in the various Saga Legends lines, as well as a Senate battle pack. It came with, I believe, 2 of this guy, the Emperor and Yoda, as well as the Senate hover chair. It's a really cool pack. Yeah, really nice figure, man. Pretty much the same figure, but nicely painted as a Shock Trooper. What can I say? It's, in my opinion, this is the definitive Shock Trooper, and this is the one I recommend for sure. I've already talked about the Covert Ops Trooper in the 12 Days of Clonesmas, but this is without... Yikes. This is without a doubt the most unique deco for a clone trooper, in my opinion, ever. I believe it's based off of concept art, but it could be just a Hasbro. When it's something that didn't appear in the movies, it's going to be either concept art or a Hasbro design. Take your pick. But still, absolutely love this deco. If you want to know more about him, in my opinion on it, check out my Clonesmas video. It was released back in December. The Saga Collection 5th Fleet Security, then. I know he was based off of concept art for Revenge of the Sith, and I really love his deco. He just has some nice blue stripes going on. He has some battle damage as well. I really like how the Saga Collection and 30th Anniversary just kind of kept on trucking with the concept art and just other clones that weren't in the movies, but still existed as designs. But yeah, he's getting a little YELLOW. I'm not gonna say that word again, but oh, dang it. 442nd Siege Battalion then. I love this shade of green so freaking much. This figure is an exact carbon copy of the 212th when it comes to all the battle damage and the deco. Besides, it is green instead of orange. I love that. I really love that. Yet again, Saga Collection, definitely one I recommend. I love him. I love him so much. He's green, man. He's green, and I love him, and I recommend him wholeheartedly. Get it. Oh, J4, didn't you already talk about this guy? No, I didn't. This is the non-battle damaged version. He was released in various Saga Legends lines, and he's nice. He's nice. He just doesn't have any battle damage. He is the perfect clean boy. It's kind of funny, the normal clean Revenge of the Sith clone did not appear in the movie, besides battling in the space battle Coruscant, as well as being in the gunship with Mace Windu, Yoda, and Obi-Wan. That's pretty much the only times he appeared in the movie. He may have been in the background a few times, but those were the most notable times. And he's the plain white guy. All the others in the movie that had notable screen time were all colored. But yeah, he's cool. I don't know, when it comes to Phase 2 clones, I prefer him being colored, because he just wasn't in the movie prominently enough. He's nice, but it's probably one of my least favorite iterations of the Phase 2 clone. Looks like we got our first unique head sculpt. This is the Combat Engineer, or just the Clone Engineer, from Star Wars Battlefront 2, that battle pack that is really cool, and I love it. Yeah, he has an antenna, and you can see because of the head sculpt, the antenna is actually getting bent back. That's kind of funny. But yeah, he's just the antenna mold with a completely new head, which looks really cool. That looks a lot like a Stormtrooper. I don't really see Clone Trooper when I look at that, but it's still a really awesome helmet, and I love the design. He kind of has some circles and some dots, but other than that, he's pretty much just slightly battle damaged, and that's it. Yes, we're not mentioning that. Yet again, another figure I treated, and then he got slightly worse afterward. Okay, let's keep talking. Ooh, looks like we have our first rare boy. This came with the Routine Valor comic pack with the Clone Lieutenant. He's just a 212th, but he's a unique deco from the normal Saga Collection one we will be talking about next. Because he's a little cleaner, he doesn't have any black scratches, but he does have some white scratches on his orange. I personally love this deco. I don't think it's special enough. If you're not going completionist like me and you just want 212th Troopers, I don't think this deco is special enough to track down this version, because it's not cheap. This version is not cheap whatsoever. It's still a nice version though, and if you're a completionist like me, it's definitely worth having. But if you're just looking to army build 212ths, even if you prefer this deco, I wouldn't do it. I would just get more of the Saga Collection one. The Saga collection one then. You may be wondering, oh, why is he so dirty and kind of yellow? This was my very first. I remember this was my very first because mine actually has a paint error. I don't know if you can see, but it does not have the black in that little tube thing, that little circle right there. It does not have the black, it just has the gunmetal gray. That's how I remember he was my first. And I figured I'd just show off my first because I like him. I have like well over 12 of this figure now. It's crazy. It's one of the few Clone Trooper figures I still continue to army build. But yeah, it looks really nice. Same kind of deco and battle damage as the 442nd Siege, except it's orange. I love orange. It's such a good color. It reminds me of Halloween because candy corn and jack-o'-lanterns. Halloween's probably one of my favorite holidays. This guy was nice and crisp and white after he got out of that hydrogen peroxide. Let's just stop talking about it. This is Commander Apo or Commander Apo or Commander Upapo. However you want to say it, I really don't care. It's a freaking clone trooper armored spaceman, and I don't care. I've always called him Apo. I've heard people call him Apo. I don't care, man. I'm sorry, I don't. But this is the Saga Collection Commander Apo or Apo. I really like this figure. Yes, it is the antenna mold. You can see the slot right there. It just has the pauldron from the Star Corps Troopers, you know, Commander Devis, Commander Bly, all that. And yeah, he's got some interesting weathering on him. And this seems to be one of the ones. I'm not sure if all of them were, but he has his belt upside down. It looks like all of them. I'm just looking. I want to say pretty much all of them had the belts upside down. And if you're wondering, oh, how can you tell the belt's upside down? If you look where the little thing is, that little square in the indent, it's supposed to be facing upward and not facing downward. I'm pretty sure all of the belts have been upside down. I'm just double checking because I feel like it. Yeah, all of the belts have been upside down. Such a minor difference, but still kind of irritating. But yeah, it's Commander Apo. Or Apo! Clone Commander Gree, then. He probably needed his own unique mold for those straps. Thankfully, he did get one eventually. But for his first release in 2005, he was just a straight-up repaint of the standard Clone Trooper with the antenna. He did not come with this nice metallic antenna. I took this one from another figure that you will see. But yeah, it's a nice metallic antenna, and I like it on Gree, because it's Gree, man! I love this figure. It's not entirely accurate, but I like it a lot. It's Commander Gree, man. How can you not go wrong with Commander Gree? He did have a variation for his visor, a dark green. I will show that off in a video eventually once I get it. I figured a slight variation like that wasn't worth waiting to make this video. But yeah, he did have a slight variation. But yeah, it's Commander Gree from 2005. A classic. Next up, we have one that I'm very, very glad is not yellow. That is the Mandalorian Clone Trooper from one of the Entertainment Earth Mandalorian packs. The pack included, 3 Mandalorians, 2 of this trooper, and 2 Mandalorian Shadow Black ARC Troopers. This guy's awesome. I have him dual wielding just because it's really cool, and it's my toy. I do what I want with it. But yeah, he's just the standard antenna mold, but he has a bantha skull. I don't know if it's a bantha skull. Is it a bantha skull? It's a skull, okay? It's a skull. He has a skull of a thing. Someone's gonna say, oh, technically it's a... There's the skull. I looked it up. You don't have to tell me. He also has the jag eyes right there, which are cool, just like the ARC guy back there. I love him. He's great. I would try to track him down if you're looking for a really cool clone for your collection. I just talked about this guy in another recent Every Clone Ever, so I'm not going to get too deep into him. But it's the Coruscant Landing Platform clone. I really do like the deco. It's not entirely accurate. I feel like his feet should be gray, but I think it's kind of iffy and up for debate if they should be or not. I love the color of gray on him. This one is the one that came with the metallic antenna, and I just ended up with a spare. It's such a nice figure, man. I really do like it. I feel like this is the definitive version of the Coruscant Landing Platform clone. I just love this mold. Oh my god, the proportions look way better on him than on the Vintage Collection mold. Okay, so let's just set him down and let's just finish this up. Let's talk about my absolute favorite before I move on to the 2 very special boys. This is the Bark Trooper. Yes, he has weathering on his butt. That is just how it is. He was released twice, once in an Order 66 pack, as well as being released in the Legacy Collection Saga Legends line. He's a really great figure. He came with a big minigun. but it's so hard and unwieldy that I typically don't display him with it. But he did come with it, and it's a really cool accessory. It's so nice. I love the yellow. I love how he has a Commander Neo head. But he is still an antenna mold. He is still an antenna mold. But that Neo helmet is just so nice. This is one of my absolute favorite clone troopers. I have 3 of it currently. I'm worried I'm going to start army building it. I'm very, very worried I'm going to start. But yeah, here he is. The Bark Trooper, one of my absolute favorites. I'll take another chance to talk about this mystery clone. This is the Mystery 91st Reconnaissance Corps Clone Trooper. How was it released? I don't know. I just stumbled across it on eBay. Actually, a viewer of mine also stumbled across it on eBay, and he also managed to get it. So look on eBay. You might manage to find it. A lot of people say, hey, I think I've seen this on the Revenge of the Sith card. No, it's not. You didn't see it. Oh, I forgot how tight the antenna is on this one. It's really tightly in there. It makes me feel like this is maybe a... I don't think it's a knockoff. I feel like it could be like a canceled figure or a factory overrun. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know the mystery, but it does have all the accurate 91st Reconnaissance Corps logos on him. So he's, he's accurate. He still has the upside down belt, so it's not like they fixed that in the factory or anything. He still feels exactly the same as all the others. I mean, he's just a clone figure that just so happened to never get a proper release. I hope the mystery will be solved on him one day, but for now, I guess it'll just continue. Someone did mention, someone said, hey, I had inside information that it was a canceled battle pack. And I asked for a source, and he didn't give me one. So, I mean, it's purely speculation at this point. So anyways, let's just set him down, and let's just get right on to the last guy. The one I was missing to make this video. A Commander Apo, or Apo repaint. The Kashyyyk Clone Commander, the Bogey Squad. Kashyyyk Clone Commander. From the Kashyyyk comic pack. From the Republic comic. Oh man, this deco is really awesome. This deco is really, really awesome. I can see why this figure is so popular, because it looks amazing. It kind of has a similar stripe on his helmet as the comic pack 212. Definitely has some really interesting camo. I really love the shade of green as his base color, and I love his various greens for his camo. Like I said, he is an Apo repaint, or Apo. I'm just going to keep saying that as a joke, because he too also has a pauldron, which is really nice. I don't believe this guy directly appeared in the comic. I think it was mostly just Hasbro wanted to make him a commander, so they threw a pauldron on him. I'm so happy to have him. I'm hoping I can get his trooper very soon, so I can finally make that every 41st Elite video that everyone's been nagging me about, so I can finally just rest easy and sleep tonight. Wait, no, there is another, and I totally didn't almost forget about it completely because it was in the shadow of my display, and you will understand why that was a problem right now. I can't believe I almost forgot this guy. This is the, the Shadow Utapau Trooper, or Shadow 212. He's amazing. I believe he was a JediCon box set exclusive that came with a Commander Vil repaint. Oh my god, please focus, buddy. I already forgot you. I don't want to do it. How many people commented, you forgot the Shadow one? If you commented that, thank you for not watching the entire video. I really appreciate it. But yeah, here he is. He's really cool. He's black. He has a red visor. He's really nice. I like him. He also has a gray weapon and a gray antenna, interestingly. So if you see the gray antenna, you know who it came from. But yeah, there we go. That's it now. That is every single one. Let's just set him right there. And let's finish this up. So there we go, guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links down below, as well as my P.O. Box address if you want to send me more of that guy. I'm kidding, of course. But yeah, have a good day. May the Force be with you, and I will see you in the next Clone Corner. Bye-bye.